Going into this film, I didn't really have any big expectations per se. I knew Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig wrote it. I'm a huge fan of both of their works, so I was kind of intrigued. I'm like, a Barbie film starring Margot Robbie that's written by Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig and directed by Greta Gerwig. Let's see how this goes. So I walked in, I wore pink for the occasion, of course, as you have to, basically, and I attended the Blowout Party screening a few days early. They were playing music, everyone was in pink festive gear. It was lit. And I kind of just sat there and I was kind of anticipating this film, and I'm like, okay, even if it's not like the best film in the world, at least I can have a little bit of fun with it. And I'm pleased to say that I walked out of the film pleasantly surprised, because this is a very good movie. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot.
No one rests until this doll is back in a box.
Even if nobody else sings along.
Just want to say the fact that this film does not feel like a real movie, especially like in the beginning when the film first started and we were kind of getting introduced to the setting and characters. I was sitting there and I'm like, this is so surreal. It feels like this is not even a movie that exists. This feels like a SNL skit on a fake movie. Like, I just did not feel real. Then I kind of settled into it and I was able to like get into it. But at the first I was just kind of like off put by like how weird it is. I'm like, this is bizarre. Margot Robbie is so charming and charismatic as the lead character Barbie. She has incredible screen presence and is having a fun time with this performance. It is a very energetic and fitting role for her. I'm extremely happy to see her in a type of role like this. I think she knocks it out of the park. But my pleasant surprise is that Ryan Gosling is by far the best performance in this film by far as Ken. And in any other year, I could probably see him sweeping the Best Supporting Actor Oscars. But there's this little actor named Robert Downey Jr. that was in Oppenheimer that I think is going to easily kill him in this category, but I guess we'll see when it comes to award season. I do think he's going to get a nomination though, so good for him. I think he really deserves it for this. Also, the set design is insanely good, particularly in Barbie Land. Once you get to like the later half of the film, the sets become less detailed, but like when you're in Barbie Land, this film is operating on full creative capacity. The fact that this is an actual like set is so surreal, and it's so fun and so colorful and bright, and it's really astounding that they actually like made those sets. It's really fun. In addition to Gosling and Robbie, the other cast members, including Michael Cera as Alan, Simu Liu is hilarious, and America Ferrera is excellent in this film. She delivers a monologue in the second half of the film that's very, very effective and really shows her acting capacity, and it was very interesting to see. And on top of that, Will Ferrell, as always, is hilarious. He brings an energy to this role that's very fitting and very on par with, I think, Gosling and all the other hilarious characters in this film. He holds his own comedically, which was a very nice change of pace. The first hour of this film is so much fun. It reminded me of like the Truman Show meets the Lego Movie with a little bit of Toy Story mixed in. It was very fun, it was fresh, it was invigorating, it was exciting, and I was very excited to see where the rest of the film went, and it continued to be a knockout film. I loved how complex this film ended up with its themes. It wasn't what I expected going in. I expected something more like lighthearted and easy to watch and kind of less complex and just a fun movie, but I got a lot of themes and complex messages that I wasn't expecting, and I ended up loving them. I think they're very well put in this film, and I think it explores them very effectively, and it was a very nice touch in my book. I just sort of didn't love how it kind of slowed the momentum in the second half of the film. The second half of the film is still great. It just kind of slowed down considerably, and it wasn't as energetic or fun. It wasn't very humorous. Not that it needed to be with all the themes I was exploring, but still, I kind of would have appreciated a little bit more of like energy to it. It kind of just felt like stale and stagnant. Not that it was a bad thing, but I just personally, I think they could have sped up the pacing a little bit more. And also, the very, very end left me more confused than anything. It tried to be emotional, and I think it could be emotional for some people. Again, I'm not the target audience for this film, I understand that. But for me personally, I was just kind of like, I don't get why this is like an emotional ending to this film. It did just work for me personally. If it works for you, totally fine. It's up to interpretation. I plan on rewatching this to see if like clicks for me. But the ending was kind of just like, I didn't really get it. The soundtrack is amazing. That Tame Impala song pops off, and the Ryan Gosling song is so much fun. He is surprisingly great in that song, so that was fun to see. I was also surprised to see the amount of kids at my screening for this film. I don't think kids are going to enjoy this film. It's more complex. and more adult than I think most parents are expecting. So just know going in, if you were thinking of bringing any children in this film, I think it's too deep or complex for them. You might be thinking to yourself, Mitchell, it is a Barbie film. What do you mean? I'm just saying it's not like a kid's Barbie film. It's more of like a satire, adult, complex Barbie film. So keep that in mind, and I think you will have a good time with this. Overall, this is a very fun film. I'm pleasantly surprised at how this turned out, and I think it's a great summer movie. Margot Robbie is so charming, and Ryan Gosling is worth the price of admission alone. So for those reasons and more, I will give Barbie an 80 out of 100. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, please do not forget to click that subscribe button down below, like the video, and turn on push notifications so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel. With that being said, this is Mitchell signing off. Peace out.